The term healthy snack has become one of the most misleading labels in the modern food industry, especially when it comes to carbohydrate content. Consumers trying to make better choices often reach for items like granola bars, trail mixes, flavor rice cakes, whole grain crackers, and natural energy bites, believing they're opting for balanced, nutritious options. But beneath the surface of clever marketing and organic packaging lies a harsh truth. Many of these so-called healthy snacks are carbohydrate bombs disguised as health food, loaded with added sugars, refined starches, and ingredients that drive metabolic imbalance rather than wellness. Take granola bars, for example, arguably one of the most popular health snacks on the market. While some may contain oats or a few nuts, they are often bound together by sugar syrups, honey, brown rice syrup, or even straight-up glucose or fructose. The result? A dense slab of carbohydrates that, despite its rustic appearance, behaves just like candy in the body. One small bar can easily deliver over 25 to 30 grams of carbs, most of it from fast-adjusting sugars that spike blood glucose and insulin levels almost immediately. These spikes are typically followed by energy crashes, hunger pangs, and cravings for even more sugar, turning a snack meant to hold you over into the gateway for a binge. Then there are the whole grain crackers and breads that line store shelves, boasting labels like multi-grain, stone ground, or made with ancient grains. While these terms sound impressive, they're often legally meaningless. The product may contain a tiny percentage of whole grain flour, just enough to earn a label claim, while the bulk of the ingredients are still refined white flour, cornstarch, maltodextrin, or rice flour. These ingredients behave no differently than sugar in the bloodstream, and consuming them in large quantities contributes to insulin resistance, weight gain, and chronic inflammation. The word whole gives a false sense of security, masking the fact that the product is still ultra-processed and metabolically disruptive. Even snacks marketed to athletes and fitness-conscious consumers fall into this trap. Energy bars and protein granolas often rely on sugar-laden dates, syrups, or powdered starches like tapioca and corn syrup solids. These can cause rapid blood sugar elevations, particularly when the protein content is modest and the fiber content negligible. Ironically, these snacks can actually impair performance by leading to mid-workout energy crashes or post-exercise fatigue, precisely because of the sharp glycemic response they provoke. What's worse is that the public perception of these foods as clean or natural gives them a health halo that leads to overconsumption. People eat 2 or 3 granola bars a day thinking they're being smart, not realizing they're ingesting the equivalent of multiple servings of white bread or a couple of sugary sodas in carb content. It's not uncommon for someone who's eating clean to unknowingly consume 200 to 300 grams of carbohydrates per day, largely from snacks they were told were beneficial. Children are especially vulnerable to this illusion. School snacks labeled whole grain or organic are often just refined carbohydrates in disguise: crackers, bars, fruit snacks, and cereal puffs that deliver sugar hits to developing bodies and brains throughout the day. The result is a generation of kids who are constantly spiking and crashing, struggling with focus, energy regulation, and rising rates of prediabetes and obesity, all while believing they're eating what's best for them. Manufacturers exploit the trust that comes with health food branding. Words like no high-fructose corn syrup, gluten-free, vegan, or non-GMO distract from the fact that the product is essentially just a repackaged dessert. In some cases, low-fat versions are even worse, as fat is replaced with more starches or sugar to preserve taste and texture, ironically making the snack more harmful to metabolic health. This carbohydrate overload isn't just a diet issue, it's a public health concern. The daily consumption of these high-starch, healthy snacks is fueling widespread insulin resistance, fatty liver disease, and inflammation. They contribute to the slow, quiet degradation of metabolic function, creating the conditions for type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's, all while being sold under the banner of wellness. The only way to protect yourself is to cut through the marketing noise and read labels with skepticism. Just because something is sold in the natural section of a grocery store doesn't mean it's safe or supportive of your health. Pay attention to the total carbohydrate content per serving, the types of sugars used, the fiber content, which is often shockingly low, and the order of ingredients. If sugar, syrup, or refined flour is among the first few listed, the product is not doing your body any favors, no matter how many whole grains or chia seeds are sprinkled on top. The truth is harsh but necessary. Many of the snacks we've been told are healthy are little more than cleverly disguised junk food. And the more we rely on them, the more we sabotage our energy, focus, weight, and long-term health. The price of believing the label instead of reading the fine print is high, and it's a price paid in chronic fatigue, inflammation, and the slow onset of diseases that once took decades to appear but are now affecting people younger than ever before.